Town of Southampton will now come to order. Welcome to the November 7th, 2023 meeting. Ms. Doyle, the ARB attorney, will you read the legal regulations for our hybrid board meeting?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. In accordance with the Town Board's adoption of local law number 14 of 2022, board's meetings are being held both in person here at Town Hall and by video conference through Zoom webinar. The link to participate in this meeting via Zoom can be found on the town's website at the town clerk's agendas and meetings portal. You can also watch the live stream video and submit written comments through the town website. For anyone attending by Zoom, if you wish to speak during the meeting, please click the raise hand icon so our moderator can grant you access to participate in the meeting. If you're here in person, when your application is called up, you can come up to the table. There are microphones up here. As a reminder, just please state your name and hamlet of residence for the record.
Thank you, Ms. Doyle.
You're welcome.
Mr. Rump, the vice chair, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Certainly. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Rump.
You're welcome, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Jankowski, the board secretary, would you please read the roll and notify us if we have a quorum?
Mr. Tagliavia? Here. Ms. Keys?
Yes, here.
Mr. Burke?
Here.
Mr. Rumpf?
Here.
Myself, and Mr. Chairman via Zoom, we have a quorum.
Okay, thank you very much. Did the board members that were present review the minutes of the October 17th, 2023 meeting?
Yes.
And were there any errors or omissions?
None that I saw, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. And none? If none, do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the minutes of the October 17th, 2023 meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None. It is carried. Any old business to come before the board before we start on the agenda? None?
None.
And we'll start on the first item of the agenda, which is the sign application, which is Q Yama at 2395 Montauk Highway, Bridgehampton. Is the applicant available to present this application to the board?
Yeah, we have somebody in the audience.
Come right up, Russ.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Russell Blue, I live at 618 Montauk Highway in Watermill. I'm here for the Yamaku application.
You can, yeah.
Is it okay here?
Yep.
Sure, it's perfect.
The microphones are on the table, so
So just
Yeah,
don't
right there.
Okay.
they'll be able-
with the paper. Yep, the floor is yours, so go
Okay.
ahead and,
So, that sign's been there over 20 years, and we're making it we're trying to make it a legal condition.
So that's the sign?
Yeah, I have a photo if you want, although you've got it, sounds like. Red and black.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make extra copies, but you're
Okay.
welcome to pass that around. The only thing that we're changing is the light fixture to meet what you guys generally want, which is a gooseneck. One single gooseneck.
Okay, what's there now, Russ?
I think there's two little pieces of light that are, they're
They're
Down-
down lights?
down lights.
Okay. All right.
Okay, that's the final of the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, this is, I'm the lead board member on this application. From what I've seen, I don't have any issues with it, but I am not able to see it that clearly from zooming. So this is a case where I'm gonna have to rely on my vice chair to look at this closely. Mr. Rump, please, comments?
I have no issues, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, great. Mr. Jankowski, comments?
No issues.
Okay. Ms. Keys, comments?
I think it looks beautiful.
I wish I could
Okay,
take
thank
credit.
you. Mr. Burke, comments?
No issues.
Okay, Mr. Tagliavia, comments?
Nothing to add.
Okay, fine. If there is no further comments, any comments from the board, and the public? None? Then do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll so move that as presented.
Okay, thank you. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Okay, thank you very much.
I've got to come back here more often.
Yeah.
We got lucky on this one, Ross.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't always, it's not always.
20-year sign. Thanks for making it legal.
Thanks.
Ah.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Rump, since I'm not present, would you mind signing the sign application in my behalf?
Not at all, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you, Mr. Rump. Next on the agenda is a site plan review, administrative review, Bridgehampton Commons, Colette, 2044 Montauk Highway, Bridgehampton. Is the applicant present? Yes.
Yes. We have a representative.
Good morning.
Morning.
Michael Shiano from InterScience Research Associates on behalf of the applicant. So this was Colette, it's still Colette as on the application because that's what we had filed it under. This is going to be a Barnes and Noble, it's under construction right now. But the instant application, that modification we have before this board is actually just on the rear of the building. There are, as you can see in this, so these are the access doors for the staff which are in the rear of the building, so you can't actually see them from the highway because of all the heavy screening that's there. One of the doors, the one that you can see on the left here, are double doors, and as part of the previous iteration of this application, we were just shrinking that to a single door. The changes that we're proposing here, Kelly, if you can just please scroll down.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. The door on the left there is going to be just expanded from 36 inches to 48 inches to provide easier access and bring in storage materials. And then the door that's on the right there doesn't actually lead to anywhere because they had closed off the inside of it. And in order to make it better for fire access, making sure that there's no confusion as to if there's, in case of emergency, we're just going to brick that up. So that door's going to be removed. The colors of the doors are going to remain the same. There's not going to be any, there may be, right now there's no proposal to put like Barnes & Noble as like a sticker or anything like that on it. It's just going to be a plain brown door as existing.
Okay. Ms. Keys is the lead board member on this application. Would you give the board your comments and decision on it?
I see no issues with it. One thing I do have a question though, thinking of Ted, is that if you have the number of the units somewhere on the back, do you have it there?
That's a very good question. We should put that there. Yeah.
That would be the only thing I would say,
Mhm.
so that it would be clear if there was ever any police or fire hazard.
Right.
But that's
I'm
it.
sure that'll come up when we speak with the fire marshal, but it's a good,
Okay,
I
that's it.
I appreciate
Other
the
than
comment.
that, it's fine.
No, it's a good idea.
Okay, are you finished, Ms. Keys?
Yes.
With-
Other than
Okay,
that, I
thank you.
approve.
Mr. Rump, comments?
I have no additional comments, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Jankowski, comments?
No, thank you, Ms. Keys, for that. I like that, with either the unit number or even the sticker that just says that it's Barnes & Noble, because you're on the back side of it, and that's typically where we would make entry if we had to. So
Mhm.
that's it. See what the fire marshal says, because that's a good idea. No further comments.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Burke, comments?
No comments.
Okay, Mr. Tagliavia?
No comment.
And I have no comments. I think it's gonna be fine, and Ms. Keys, appreciate you picking that up about the number and name on the back. This is a administrative review, so we have to vote on it. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded to approve as submitted with the addition of the number and the name somewhere on the back near the door. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That was
Thank
carried.
you, Michael.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you guys.
Don't forget to vote.
Already did on Sunday.
Good. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay, next on the agenda is a sign application, and this is a site plan review. This is Bank of America, and there, on this one, there are 3 signs, and we have to take them individually. One is south elevation, one is east elevation, and the other one, I believe, is the monument. Let's have to look at the agenda. Yes, the other one is a monument. Is the applicant available?
On Zoom.
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
Yes,
Okay, you can hear me?
yes, we can hear you
Yes.
clearly.
Can't see you.
Okay. How are you guys?
Good.
Okay,
Okay, yes, it was previously Capital One Bank, it's now Bank of America, located on 95 East Montauk Highway. The wall sign for the south elevation, it's, wood or wood, like faux wood, not illuminated. There are gooseneck lights illuminating it from above and directly.
okay.
Just doing the south
All right,
elevation.
yeah, we have to take, no, we have to take, yeah, this is the south elevation, we have to take each one of them individually.
Okay,
So we're just doing the south elevation now.
okay.
Mr. Tagliavia is the lead board member on this application, and would you give the board your comments?
Yes. You mind zooming in a little? I don't see any issues here. I think it's proportionally fits within the space, and the goosenecks above will light it. There's no backlighting shown. The zoning here, does it allow the logo?
This is, well, it's not really whether zoning allows it. This is highway business, so generally, this board will allow logos, minimal in highway business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't see any issues here with the south elevation.
Okay, Mr. Tagliavia, I could hardly hear you.
I don't see any issues here with the south elevation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tagliavia.
You're welcome.
Mr. Rump, comments?
I have no further comments. I agree with the lead for the area.
Okay, Mr. Jankowski?
No comments, just could the young lady state your name, at least for the record?
Oh, I apologize. My name is Tiffany Real. I'm from National Sign and Lighting.
Thank
Handle
you,
that page.
thank you, Tiffin.
You're welcome. I apologize.
Okay.
No, I don't have any issue with the south elevation.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jankowski. Ms. Keys, comments?
No issues at all.
Okay, Mr. Burke, comments?
No issues here.
Okay,
Mis-
thank you. And-
Mr. Chairman, I just have, just looking at this, is there, so there was a board, a white board there before.
Capital One's was higher.
Right, right. So just to clarify, that white board is being taken away and then shingles being applied? And
Yes.
then these letters are being applied to the side of the wall,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Yes,
That's-
that's correct.
That's fine.
Yeah, it looks like that didn't bleach out, because I
Right.
think they just have.
Okay, I don't have any issues with it. I'm going with the lead, and Mr. Rump, thanks for clarifying that, because I guess I and a lot of the other board members were just assuming that would be done, but I'd rather have it on the record.
Yep.
And this one, yeah, it's a sign application. And any comments from the public? And none? Then do I hear a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion as submitted.
Second,
And do I hear a second?
seconded.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve as submitted with the comments from Mr. Rump that the whiteboard is to be removed and the shingles are going to be replaced with material and color to match existing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. It's carried then, and that's for the south elevation. Okay, would you please present the east elevation now?
Yes, the east elevation is identical to the south elevation sign. Faux wood or wood light, indirectly illuminated by the gooseneck lighting. And then also the white paneling will be taken off and the sign will be applied directly to the building itself.
Okay, Mr. Tagliavia, would you give the board your comments?
Yes, no issues, other than the similar stipulations with removing the
Okay,
whiteboard.
fine, thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. Rump, comments?
No further comments, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Jankowski, comments?
Same as previous.
Okay, Ms. Keys, comments?
I have one, what is on the, isn't this in that mall that has two tiers like this? What's, oh, no, it isn't, okay.
No,
That's the
it's fine,
movie
so-
theater one. This one's gonna be
all
further
right.
east.
Thank you,
Yeah.
then no issue.
No issues. Okay, Mr. Burke,
No,
comments?
yeah, no issues.
Okay, I don't have any issues on this either. Do I hear a motion to approve as submitted with the stipulation as required in the other one regarding the whiteboard and the shingles to be replaced in kind?
Yes, I'll make that motion to approve.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. That's carried. The next is going to be the monument sign.
Yes, the monument sign is, it's not illuminated, faux wood monument. The lettering is, it will be the color of Bank of America, colors black, the blue and the red. I don't have any other questions. Do you have any questions about this sign?
Well, I'll go through. All right, Mr. Tagliavia, comments?
The only comment I have is to add the number for the residents for identification.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, no objections. How are you lighting this sign if it's not backlit?
It's not illuminated.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Rump, comments, please?
Ms. Doyle, is there a site plan so we show the location of this?
Let's see.
Is it that, okay,
Yeah, right there.
it's right there?
This one right
Okay,
here?
all right. I think there's a tree right in that location too, just having driven by it so many times. But I have no issues other than the addition of the number of the location.
Okay.
And where would we like that? This should be on top, I think, right? Because it's so small.
That's
low.
what we've been doing
Yeah.
in pretty much the highway business in Hampton Bays,
Yeah.
where it just
At
has
the top left or
Center, top left.
centered.
center it?
Yes,
Okay.
centered, and just the number.
Okay.
We know it's Montauk Highway, but it would just be the number of so 95.
Okay.
I have no further issues, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rump. Mr. Jankowski, comments?
Nothing further.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Keys, comments?
No other comments, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Burke, comments?
No comments, thanks.
No comments, and I have no comments. I'm going with the lead, and I appreciate putting the number on there also. Any comments from the public on this? If none,
Yes, sir.
do I hear a motion to approve?
Make the motion to approve to also
And-
include the number of the residents.
Okay, and do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve with the addition of the location of the structure's number on the sign, and it would be centered above. Is this correct? Centered above the sign. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thank you. That's approved. So all three signs are approved then. This is the case, Mr. Tagliavia, you will be responsible for doing the final sign off on the sign application.
Understood.
Okay, and it'll have to be three separate ones. I don't know if they submitted it that way, but it will, so that'll go through. Next, on the agenda, we have a substantial residential at 8 Bob White Lane, and it's at 8 Bob White Lane, Spion Remsenburg. Is the applicant available?
Yes, they're here.
How you doing?
Right, thank you.
Name's Tim Bowser. I'm with the builder that's building the house, representing the clients, Michael and Michelle Titlebaum, located at 8
Right.
Bob White Lane.
Okay, Mr. Jankowski is the lead board member, and would you give the board your comments and decision on this application after we see the
Tell us what you
presentation?
want, give us a presentation.
Okay,
Walk us through it, talk it through it.
all right, so this is a,
You could sit.
oh, sorry.
Unless you think better standing,
No,
that's how I get.
all right, so this is a residential build on the piece of property, as you see. Demolition of the existing house, reusing portion of the existing foundation, expanding off of that foundation to create the new residence, okay? The house itself is about 10,000 square feet with, and I might be off a little bit on the square footages, with a couple thousand square feet of exterior patios with floor and pavers, leading to the infinity edge pool that you see off on the back side there. All right. There is a secondary structure. All right. The secondary structure is in front of the driveway, in between the driveway and the actual tennis court. The tennis court's existing to remain, not getting touched. Okay. Tennis court, it's the tennis pavilion. It's just a storage on the second floor and a room with a bathroom on the first floor. It's 2 garages with a bathroom on the first floor. All right. The project itself, the exterior finishes are mostly stucco across the whole house, a white stucco finish. All right. We have spec'd and utilizing a product called Geolam. All right. Geolam is a manufacturer that creates an aluminum wood type of material that has a 60-year warranty on its product and material against wear and tear being on the water. All right, so anywhere you see on these renderings where you see the wooden slats throughout the project, that is the material called Geolam. It's also on the decking that you see on the plan set that isn't stone and tile pavers. Okay. The driveway basically is the same exact driveway that was there, or the same shape. All right. As per the wetland department, we have a significant amount of stormwater drainage throughout the property for all of the hard surfaces. Everything you see off on the back patio for the rear terraces is elevated concrete structure with draining throughout, going to the stormwater drainage throughout the place, or throughout the site plan. Okay. Interior spaces are pretty much the same. It is stone floors.
You don't have
or
to give us those, just exterior.
just exterior.
Yep.
Okay,
That's beyond our pay grade.
got it.
I like the
You know.
I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. We're going with using a manufacturer called Rainiers for all the windows throughout the space. All right, which is a black aluminum frame with glass all over in all locations. Okay. And it had EPMD roof on top of it for the flat roof surface.
What's EPMD?
It is,
Elasto polymer.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the abbreviation
Yeah.
wrong
I
here, I
understand.
apologize, yeah.
Alright.
It's another 60-year rubber membrane roofing that goes on the flat surface that has small pitches with interior or internal roof drains that also go off to the site water drainage throughout the space,
Smart.
okay? So, and as I mentioned, all solid surfaces, all flat surfaces between the roof, the outside, terraces, all have drainage going off into the stormwater drainage. There is nothing that hasn't been left untouched in that aspect. And the pool itself, I don't know if I mentioned, is an infinity edge pool with a catch basin on the one side. Okay. Anybody have any questions or?
Well, okay, Mr.
Is that
Jankowski?
your presentation then, Tim?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
All right, so then, my comments, because this is my area, so that at least the board knows now, this is on Mauritius Bay, is where this is. So we are on the bay side. And yes, it's modern. However, there's other modern houses that are in this area. So this isn't the first one by any means. So if you're on Ring Neck, there's a couple of them that are flat roof or moderns. So that was my first thing when I saw this, and I'm like, where's it going?
Yep.
And there's others there, so you're
Yeah.
not the first one that's there. So, I mean, you're doing everything that you're allowed to do. The only other thing was make sure you review the what you're allowed for landscape lighting, because I think
Yep.
Mr. Tagliavia will bring that up too, because we've had some. I know that there's again that's beyond my pay grade, but there's certain things
Yes.
that you have to follow for that.
Yep.
Other than that, I don't have any other comments. They're allowed to build it. There's others in the area, so it fits the neighborhood is transitioning. It has been for like 10 years, and this is just a matter of what happens. And the reason why you came in front of us is because it's over 7,500. So that's the new one now where we can't sign off by
Fund
ourselves.
anything.
Just so you know.
Understood.
All right. So that's it from me.
Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. Jankowski. Mr. Rump, comments?
I have no issues, and I agree with the lead for the area.
Okay, fine, thank you. Ms. Keys, comments?
So my first question is, how much larger is this house than the one that exists?
Approximately 2,000 square feet on the main
Yeah,
house.
just the living
Just the
space.
living space. It's
Mhm.
approximately about 2,000 square feet in the living space.
Okay, and I'm asking you. So you're saying that it has all this perfect drainage and it has brand new everything, so it's going to be really good for the bay.
Absolutely. The IAOWTS septic systems, whole 9 yards. We went 2 years through the wetlands department before getting approval with the wetlands departments and got everything in line with their requests and requirements.
Oh, great, and you're leaving all the screening that exists, that is there, or is there more in the landscape plan that's coming up?
So we are following the wetlands, so we listed it within here, the wetlands landscaping border site plan that was spec'd and requested and required by the wetlands department, which calls for planting of natural grasses along the borderlines of the water, which most of them has been done previously to this, to adhere to it,
So you
correct?
see that line?
Yeah.
So they're limited on that. So that's why, like, one can't be touched, two, you can't add more stuff to it.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
Very welcome.
Okay, Ms. Keys. Mr. Burke, comments?
No, nothing further. I agree with Ted.
Okay, Mr. Tagliavia, comments?
I agree with the lead on this, no further comment.
Okay, fine, and, yeah, I have no comments on it, other than, in that neighborhood, I designed quite a modern structure many years ago also, so that's probably one of the ones that Mr. Jankowski was referring to, but
And he's gone.
A modern structure many years ago.
That's what happens when you get a compliment here.
I think he designed the internet.
If he comes back.
Do you want to take over then?
Sure.
All right, yeah, you
Sure.
can,
We'll vote on it.
Yep, we will.
because we didn't have any issues, and I think that's what
Yep.
he was getting at.
All right, so let's, you want to propose a motion?
Yeah, so I propose a motion to approve as submitted, and then just double check your requirements
Landscape
on your
lighting.
landscape and lighting, okay?
Totally.
Is there a second for that?
I'll second that.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None?
None.
So
So moved.
you're all set? Good
So if
luck.
that's downstairs, I'll go down when we're done with this, and I'll make sure I sign off at least on my portion, so
Okay.
it doesn't slow you up.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thanks for coming in.
Anytime. My pleasure.
Anybody else have anything else you want to add to the meeting? Motion to adjourn?
No, thank you.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Don't forget to vote.
Get the vote.